Hello, welcome to sunny Manchester. This is Anna Stella.
And you're watching Anna Stella Rocks with me, Vickie Harley from Pallas Athena, and organiser of today's event, Riffs for Revolution.
Lovely to meet you, Vickie.
Lovely to meet you too.
Let's start by talking about today's event, Riffs for Revolution. You're the organiser of it, as well as a singer of one of the bands that's going to be appearing today. How many bands do you have appearing?
We have 8 bands appearing today. We've got Deadwing, Destroy Planets, Cadence Noir are doing an acoustic set for us, which is going to be lovely. We've got my band Pallas Athena, Silver Child, Chiasmata, Sky Valley Mistress and Vickies from Birmingham are headlining.
Wow, so it's 8 bands all together. Yeah. How did the idea for this festival come about? Because it's a brand new festival, isn't it?
Completely, yeah. It was actually one of my colleagues' ideas. It wasn't my idea. So something quite negative and bad had happened to me within the metal scene in Manchester, and I was seeing that I was having quite a lot of support for it, and one of my colleagues at work said, why don't you just put a gig on, get loads of bands to play and then raise loads of money for women's charities? And I just thought, why not? Seems like a good idea, and then it's happened.
That's brilliant. So you had a lot of help organising this?
Sort of, yeah. It's pretty much all been on my shoulders. The 2 guys in my band, James and Alex, have been really helpful. They're kind of running around and sorting everything now while I'm out here with you guys. And yeah, it's pretty much been those 2 and then me doing it ourselves. And then the venue have been really helpful as well. The Bread Shed have been amazing.
Bread Shed's, right in the heart of the city centre here in Manchester.
And they've been so helpful. Everybody today has just been so great.
So you mentioned you were raising money for charities. Which charities in particular, and why did you choose them?
We're raising money for Manchester Women's Aid and for the Pankhurst Trust. They're actually both the same charity, operating from the same building, which is the Pankhurst Centre up near the universities, which is the only museum that celebrates the vote for women's rights, and the Pankhursts and the suffragettes. And the reason that I chose those charities is because I feel like in Manchester we're kind of the city where women's rights and the fight for women's rights was born.
Absolutely.
And we don't really have anything that goes on like this that promotes visibility and celebrates women in rock and metal, which is arguably not just as much of a struggle, but still a struggle and still a fight today as well. That's the reason that I chose those charities. And Manchester Women's Aid are amazing as well. They help women who are suffering with domestic abuse, and yes, that's the reason I chose them.
Okay. So talking specifically about women in rock music, what are the main struggles and hurdles do you feel that women face today?
Not being taken seriously, I would definitely say. A lot of the time when I turn up to a gig, people think I'm someone's girlfriend, or they think I'm someone's roadie or something like that. They never believe that you're in a band. And then I would also say being taken seriously as a band who does have clean vocals particularly, and quite a lot of the gigs that we get put on are sometimes more extreme metal ones. People sometimes tend to not take to that too well, but we've had a really good response as a band. I would say that those are the biggest struggles for me, not being taken seriously, and I guess, I mean, with what happened, being objectified as well, and having those types of things happen, because you think that we've progressed and we're still fighting for that.
Yeah, do you think not much has changed then over the years?
I do think that a lot has changed.
Certainly a lot more female fronted and
definitely
all girl rock and metal bands out there than there were years ago.
Yeah, definitely.
So I guess that is a step in the right direction.
I do think that things are definitely changing. I mean, for instance, in cities like Birmingham, you see that there's a huge support for the female fronted and women in bands and things like that. I think that it's just still some old school attitudes left hanging around and that are still kind of infiltrating the scene, but hopefully they'll be filtered out and replaced.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Birmingham. What are they doing in Birmingham specifically?
There's a lot of just gigs that happen there and festivals. There's the Quinphonic Festival, there's the Tour of the Valkyries, which comes from Birmingham. I'm trying to think what else there is. And then there's a lot of bands based in that area. So for instance, the Loved and Lost Vickies, who we're having today. And there just seems to be this huge fan base there of a lot of people who come out specifically for those events.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you select the bands to play today?
So I wanted originally for all of the bands to be Mancunian or local to Manchester, so that we're keeping it in with the theme of the Pankhursts and Manchester Women's Aid.
Yeah.
I couldn't find and Mancunian headliner that I really thought would kind of fit with the vibe of the event. So I chose Vickies, who are coming from Birmingham, but they absolutely embody the spirit of everything that we're trying to celebrate today. If you've never listened to them before, they are feisty, they are really, really strong women and men who are in that band, and they really embody the spirit of what today is all about.
That's brilliant.
So I'm really excited to see them.
Yeah, really. I'm really looking forward to it myself. You've got a raffle going on today. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so one of the other things that I thought I would do when I was planning the event is have a charity raffle and just see if we can make even more money for these charities, because they just deserve everything. So I just sent loads of emails out to all of these organisations, and some of them got back to me. We've got train passes from Northern Rail, we've got some alcoholic drinks, we've got brewery tour, we've got Holy Raw sent us a whole huge CD bundle over, Siren Asylum have given us a month's gym membership,
brilliant.
Warhorns have given us VIP passes for Warhorns Winterfest, and the most exciting prizes, which I was really excited to receive, are from Nuclear Blast. They've actually sent over a brand new hardcover copy of the Nightwish We Were Here book, which is like a photo book of Floor joining the band and the We Were Here show that they did down in London. And then the most exciting prize that we've got is a one-of-a-kind, and I say one-of-a-kind because it's the only one that exists in the world, print of Epica's The Divine Conspiracy album. So it's the only one of its kind that currently exists in the world that we know of. So that is a really amazing prize that I'm really looking forward to someone giving a good home.
Yeah, sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Going to move on a bit now to talking about your band, who, as you mentioned, are going to be playing today as well.
Yeah.
Now, you've not been going for very long, have you? If you're not familiar with Pallas Athena, or is it Athena?
Athena.
Pallas Athena. They are a progressive symphonic metal band formed in Manchester in 2018, so only last year, bringing you darkness, beauty and chaos.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear it. So tell us about your debut EP, The Awakening.
So The Awakening is kind of a conglomerate of ideas that we had. Me, James and Alex were in a band called the Clockwork Opera together, and then when that disbanded, we decided that we would still carry on as a band together, and James had all of this back catalogue of ideas that he'd written, so they eventually went on to become The Awakening. And The Awakening kind of explores loads of different ideas, like religion, sin, female sin, femininity, sexuality, mental health, all of these types of things all sort of coming into one dark gothic sound.
Wow, sounds lovely.
Yeah.
I love the sound of that. Now you're actually looking for a new member, aren't you?
Unfortunately we are. Our drummer has decided to part ways with the band. This only happened very recently, so we are currently looking for a new drummer. All of the information is up on our page. We have like a set of requirements that we want people to fill. We're just really looking for the right type of person this time.
So guys, if you're a drummer, you're based in or around Manchester, you're looking to be in a fantastic new band, please get in touch with Vickie.
We've had, I think that it's not to blow my own trumpet or anything, but I think it's a really exciting project to be a part of. Like Anne said, we've only been gigging since October 2018, so only about a year now, and we've been to Europe, we've been all over the country, we've just had so many exciting and amazing things bestowed on us.
What would you like to be doing, say, this time next year?
Ooh.
With a new drummer?
Yeah.
All members intact?
We have a lot of plans for a next EP that we'd like to release early next year. I would like to ideally maybe do a sort of tour, UK, maybe some European dates now that we have some contacts around Easter, summertime, just doing as much as we can and just growing and getting bigger and better.
And if you could tour with any band, who would it be?
Oh my gosh.
As support, I assume.
So more underground bands, I would absolutely say a Ukrainian band called Ignea, a band from Sweden called Island, and a band from Greece called Enemy of Reality.
Some great Swedish bands around.
They're all female-fronted kind of symphonic metal bands, but are all doing something different, because I feel like the kind of standard symphonic metal, there's just so many bands that are just out there now doing that type of thing, but all of those three bands do something completely different with it and take it to a darker, heavier level. And then I guess if we're talking huge bands, obviously Nightwish. Absolutely, 100%.
Nightwish,
if that ever happened,
get in touch with Vickie,
please.
Especially if you know drummer.
Oh yeah, please, absolutely.
Anyway, it's been really lovely to speak to you. Well done on organising this event.
Thank you so
sure
much.
It will be a huge success.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes.
Are you planning any future events?
Not really, no.
Maybe
This
make
is
it an
kind of just an
annual thing?
experiment. If it goes
Okay.
really well, we'll make it an annual thing. Touch wood.
Okay. Well, check out Vickie's Facebook page for her band, Pallas Athena, also Riffs for Revolution. Hope you enjoyed watching, guys. Until next time.
This is rock and roll.
This is rock and roll.